session.
All good. Fair enough.
Alright, awesome, cool. Now that that's out of the way, I believe in the last episode of Karazdiin, we just finished reuniting with Aiden Longshore after getting out of the absolute horror story that is the village of Reedon.
Hello.
And
if we go back that way, we should detour around that town as much as possible.
Just walk through with your eyes closed.
And you eventually made your way into the Trident, and first things first, you guys got all your stuff sort of taken away, put it away in the storage as they're sort of marking all the materials that you've brought in, and you've decided to take a rest and then join the Adventurers Guild. So now you're taking one of the tests. You've just finished the martial tests with, I believe, Anselax and Captain Jardrin, and they gave you a point of 176. And then they sort of made you come back to the main tester guy, who's sort of from Lutheria, and he made you step into a fireplace, transporting you into this realm of illusions. And I believe in this room, the walls and the floor sort of look like a basic wooden cabin, but as you look up to the roof, there is no roof. It's more like just endless starry night and thousands of stars just repeating over and over again. And they seem to sort of move.
We're in Hogwarts.
They seem to sort of move as you sort of look around, but I believe you guys have finished 4 doors, and there is 1 door left. But you don't have the key to access this door. And the rat sort of leans in at the lot of you, and then goes, "Then, for the final question, are you ready?"
Sure. Lay it
on us.
Who is the king of Lutheria?
I'd know this, surely.
What
right?
is your name? What is your quest?
We seek the Holy Grail. Surely Tobias would know this, right?
Thorin looks very expectantly at Tobias.
Do you know this?
Not out of character, I don't think so.
Handouts.
I have told you actually in the past, I'm pretty sure. But it's one of those uber difficult questions. No, it's all good. So Arcturius Flick sort of stands forward, and in his old man voice just goes,
"I believe the name is Edgar Quakehall."
And the rat goes, "Do you all agree?"
Does that sound right to me?
I don't know, probably.
Sure. Yeah, Tobias nods.
Shrug.
Correct! And the rat sort of scratches on one of the cheese wheels, and out of it falls yet again another blue phallic key with a question mark written on the side of it.
Can I... the king's name, can you type that in chat so I can write it down in case it comes up again?
It is in the handouts about Lutheria.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I don't know, is it? Let me just check.
It is the last line.
Oh yeah.
Huh. There you go.
Oh, and now it's not. Weird.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so take the key, stand up, and head for the last door, I suppose.
Alright.
Can any of you guys hear me munching, by the way? I'm eating food.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I
I'll
thought
do
that
stuff
was
while I do it.
West
No.
So, obviously Kalius and Arcturus isn't here, so just pretend that they're moving along with you guys and, doing their thing. And as you sort of step up to the next door and insert the key, it makes the same very weird and lewdly sort of noise, and it opens up.
The heck designed this place?
And then as you're about to enter, you hear this voice sort of boom throughout the whole room, and it just says, "Beware. Inside there you'll be no light. Until you find the many orbs scattered throughout this maze, you may be lost forever. The orbs will guide your way. Good luck."
Okay.
Oh, it's raining.
Tobias, you have fire spells now, right?
Yes.
Thorin, you have healing spells?
I gotta get close to the windows for your bag.
Okay. Thorin, you have healing spells? Thorin?
Have you turned on push to talk? Because we can't hear you.
I was muted. I was talking to no one. Okay. I said I am a healing spell.
Light me up, boys.
I think it's important to remember that there's probably, like, we heard the word darkness, but at least in my head, there's like 90% chance that it's magical darkness as opposed to actually just not being very bright.
I don't think we should try to light it up, because he said there may be no light. Maybe that's like an instruction.
That's a good point. God, wouldn't that be funny? We walk into a dark room, it's like, alright. Just fucking say!
Alright, back. Good luck.
Thank you.
you.
Thorin, you want to go first?
No, but I will.
I don't trust this place to not have, like, spike-full traps or something.
Wait, have any of us actually been hurt here?
I
no.
was in the combat training. Well, the combat test.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know that.
But we haven't been hurt
in
here.
I punched Tobias in the shoulder decently hard.
Tobias dies.
Does he feel hurt?
Yeah.
Ow!
Oh,
Bruce
sorry.
is a little bit.
You could have just pinched me or something.
Let's be sure I shoot him in the throat.
Alright. Let's do this.
Let's go into the
Oh,
darkness.
Spaghetti-o!
And the
Oh,
voice
these are
is just
fucking
sort of like-
tight hallways.
The voice is just sort of like, and remember, points hang in the balance, and time is ticking.
Keep saying that, but we haven't, like, run out of time yet, and
No, I think just the longer the time goes on, the more fucked we are. But honestly, I feel like we probably fucking failed this part already, so it's fine.
Aiden really sarcastically is like, oh no, not my precious points.
Well, guys left, I guess.
yep.
Alright.
Follow our motto.
Semper ad sinistrum.
This is less dark than I was expecting. I mean,
Oh, it gets dark down there, though. Alrighty.
What's the
Fuck.
long floor?
Oh, there's a door here on the right.
we're looking for orbs, right? So maybe.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Aiden?
Are my eyes back to quote-unquote normal?
No.
Oh.
The other normal? Yes. Hold on, let me just don't move your tokens for a sec. I just need to check everyone.
As in, like, do I have my dark vision back, or is it still, like, glamoured away?
I fucked up on the light thing. Hold on.
Ammo. Good word.
Okay, that's the lights flicker off.
How do you feel now? Okay, also, in this test, Aiden would probably be able to see still. So it's okay.
Okay.
I frog leap over the two of you.
Yeah, just like hand on shoulder, you lead us along.
It sounds like a plan.
Just to double check here, you guys should be able to see sort of like within 5 feet of yourself. So it's not like completely pitch black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Alright,
a little
awesome.
bit of a glow.
Alright, sweet. I just thought that would be a little
Aiden.
better.
Aiden, I've lost you already. Where'd you go? Aiden. Oh, thank God.
And put it past him to like turn this into a haunted house and just hide around corners waiting for us.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, but he knows that's a very good way to catch a mace to the face. Aiden!
I roll stealth.
I fucking you pass. I don't see you because I can't actually see. You could be you could just be laying down flat on your face 10 feet away from me and I would be able to see you.
I'll come back then.
Okay, thank you.
I like whisper to
Will you
Thorin.
though? There you go. Okay.
Not being able to see behind me makes this really hard because I can't tell where you guys are.
Oh yeah, tilt it and I'll tilt it so like the vision cone is
Yeah, that's what I did.
pointed toward the ceiling, and I'll move to the bottom. Yeah.
Alright, there's a pathway going south, and then we could also continue west. Sorry, east. Which way do you guys want to go? Well, I guess this is left, so...
Yeah.
Is it? No, this is right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So left
If
and
we
right.
were attempting to
Onward
go
to the
left,
east.
would be straight. Oh, I lost you.
Just keep coming forward, and then there's
There you
another
go.
one
I got
there.
you.
Actually, I'll just go ahead and tell you what I see. And just, like, keep following the same path until you find me again. And I'll stop at any crossroad.
Okay.
Keep an eye
Otherwise,
out for
otherwise it's gonna
orbs.
take us forever to get through here.
Yeah. Should I try and just cast some light, or did we determine that was a bad idea?
I think that's a bad idea.
Okay.
Well, I've reached crossroads, but I can only see, like...
Oh, hey.
That's not a ruler. I can only see, like, 15 feet in either direction.
Magical darkness. I thought we would come across this.
Well, do we want to just keep going down? Or do we want to stick with left?
Well, honestly, magical darkness seems like a good place to hide something. Might be in there.
Hmm.
That's true. Left it is.
If this is a maze, we should keep like our left hand to the wall and just keep going.
Well, now on the way out, we can just turn right.
It's going back up north again.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
Guess we'll
I'm just
find
letting
out.
you know. Alright, I've hit another one where I can only see. I think there's more magic darkness.
Can you see it all?
Yeah, but only... Oh, it was just like a little hallway. We're back into... I think it's just looping us around. Hang on. Wait there.
Okay, bye.
Oh wait, no, it's a dead end. Alright, back up this way. Back up north.
Maybe you should check the dead end. There might be something on the floor and like a wall, or we don't know how big these orbs are. They could be marbles or they could be bowling balls.
Is it metagaming to say I don't see anything on the map, so there's nothing there?
90% of the time, no.
Would this be metagaming?
No, not at all.
Alright, cool. Because I mean, otherwise we're gonna stop every 5
Yeah,
feet.
no, it's all good. Like, I think I told Wags that when it comes to like stuff like traps, you don't have to keep rolling perception. I'll just tell you when to roll perception, and I'll trust you guys not to be like, oh my god, there's a trap here, you know?
Yeah, and like we have a passive perception as well.
Yeah.
Mine, by the way, is something.
Mine's huge. Mine's 18.
Mine is also 18.
Oh, passive
Damn.
perception.
Yeah.
We both have +5 wisdom.
Yes.
Alright, so we're back into another really long hallway that goes both east and west.
This might be the top hallway
Let's
again.
go west. No, it's not.
It isn't? I've totally lost track of where the fuck everything is in here.
Does anybody have sign we could like leave behind, breadcrumb style?
No, we don't have anything, remember?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just gonna get scared ahead.
Alright, guess we're staying here.
Actually, you know what? This does lead back to the door, because it comes back and goes... Oh, and another dead end. Okay. It leads almost back to the door. Alright, start going east, and I'll catch up to you. Aiden shouts down the hallway.
Okie doke.
West, I'm sure you're already assuming this, but take everything with, like, saying in character at an appropriate volume to be heard.
Yeah, all good. 90% of the time, I'm not too fussy.
Hey, guys.
What's up, man? So just a dead end, huh?
Yeah. Man, this is my fucking element. This is what I've prayed for. Alright, keep coming forward. We'll, I've hit another turn. And
Hello.
south. I wish there was a way I could move my token with, like, the arrow keys instead of...
That would be cool.
Yeah, I wish that too.
Alright, could you stop there, Tobias, please?
Okay.
Guys, I looked down at my shoelaces for like 3 seconds and I've lost everybody.
Just keep going the same way you were going.
Follow the sound of my voice.
I attempt to do so.
Oh, I think I found something.
Oh
Unless
shit,
it's-
hello.
Unless it's just a hole in the map. Nope, I've definitely found something.
Okay, do I move now?
No, I'm
Oh,
coming back.
that might actually be a hole in the map. Oh, yeah. Turns out it is.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Was it just a white square?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hole in the map.
The illusion is incomplete, don't worry about it.
Can you see me again?
No, but I can. There you are. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Well, I guess if we're going with left, we keep going down.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
You'll get one eventually.
Yeah. Heads and brick walls, we can do it.
I can just tell West is sitting there being like, this was poorly planned. But at the same time, also thinking, thank God Jacob can see. Otherwise, can you imagine how much longer this would take?
It's literally the reason why I called to end the session last time before we came in here. Because I'm like, this is going to take a while.
Right.
Alright, I found another turn.
Tobias, I
keep going.
just want to say sorry in advance if I accidentally step on you.
That's alright,
Oh,
I'll forgive you.
Dead end. Go up the turn. Go up north.
Okay. I'll let you come back so you can, take the lead.
And then to the west. Back north. Another dead end. Back this way. Hey, an orb!
Hey!
So, as you sort of step up to the orb, you come across this fairly round looking sphere, and inside it, just swirling constantly, a mass of firestorms that seem to endlessly rise. None of the heat escapes the orb itself, though.
Well, this seems more like your guys' department.
Specifically
I'll,
my department, if it's
I'll
going with a
keep
bunch
watch.
of fire.
Let's see. So how big is it? Like, can
About
it fit in?
about human size.
Okay.
Damn.
I've never been so happy to see a red circle.
Longshore, is there anything past it? Oh,
No.
wait, there we go.
It's a dead end.
Oh, lit up.
Okay, can I Arcana it?
I would also like to Arcana it, and I'm going to put Tobias in the back of the head and give him some guidance to do it.
I'm just gonna get out of the way.
Thank you.
Can we say for all intents and purposes I'm still here? I'm just getting my token out of the way.
Not my best roll.
Well, now I'm going to Arcana.
What's that on top of your head?
What's what?
It's just what Tobias did on his Friday night.
Oh no, I put that there as like a marker of where I am.
Right, okay. Looked literally like a cloud. I thought it was a status effect. But, Jack... Sorry. Well, it does say Jack. Tobias and Thorin, you're both able to tell that this is an illusion. And it's simply just a basic, I guess like a boulder just shaped to look like endless firestorms inside.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's why there's no heat whatsoever.
Oh, so
So if
it's a fake thing then.
Yeah, but it is an orb.
Do we just touch it? I touch
Yeah.
it.
It feels strangely cold to the touch.
Okay. Is it like a
It's
spherical
movable.
rock?
It's movable though. Yeah, that's movable.
Oh, it gives off light. Hopefully I can just... Hold on, wait. Look at Tobias.
I really want to say something, but I feel like I have to roll Arcana first. So I'm going to. Just because it's not something that Aiden would just think. Just be like, hey guys, what if... Nope.
Yeah, I've never come across anything like this before. You're more used to the wilderness of the forests and, to an extent, fey creatures, but nothing like this.
That's
Okay.
disappointing.
Alright, I'm going to try and roll it.
Yeah, the voice said we needed to gather orbs, right? So
You
we
should
have
be able
like-
to drag and move it.
can. It gives
Is it
us
still
light.
lit up?
And now that you
Uh,
have an
so-
orb, it should mark the map for you. So as you leave this area, you should be able to see like the fog of war of the map. So it's not like pitch black.
Oh,
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay.
just
Do you want to go in one direction and we'll go in the other? And hopefully we can get Tobias' own orb and then we can all just scour this place like mad.
that sounds like a terrible idea.
Let's split up,
Well-
gang!
Have you never read a horror scroll? But,
No,
uh,
but
Wes,
I was a fan of this theater production called Scooby-Doo when I was a kid.
Wes, just so I can see where these guys can see, do you mind giving the orb an aura?
I mean, it's just straight lines.
Yeah, but I don't know how far.
I mean, it seems to be forever far. Let's try it. Look out. I'm moving to the hallway. How far can I see? All the way. I moved down. Hold on. Assess this shit out. Yeah, I can see to the ends of stuff. Like, it seems like it's giving off almost like a daylight spell.
Okay, cool. Well, what about this really long one here?
It's a fucking wall. Oh, this one.
Actually,
All the
no.
way. This
Did
is
you
a wall.
fucking change the map on us again? You fucker.
You motherfucker!
You piece of shit, man. And just the fact that I know with the lighting engine how much work that would have taken.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I chucked the orb through a wall.
Alright, come on, Tobias. I don't want to leave you in the dark.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what about this really long one? Can you see all the way to the end?
Oh, no, it stops. Wait, come forward a bit. Forward a bit more. Forward. Okay, that's about the edge of my range.
Oh, okay.
So 30
So you can
feet.
still see pretty far.
Yeah, I can still see decently well. Yeah, it's like 30 feet of light.
You reckon we just need this one orb, or is there more in here?
He did make it seem like there's more than one.
Well, I mean, we need to search the whole place anyway, so...
How heavy is this thing, by the way? Am I just like beasting this, or could like Tobias carry it?
It's super light.
Oh, okay, cool. It's like a beach ball.
Yes,
pretty
but
much.
could Tobias carry it?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
And then,
Dead end? Alright, I'll keep going straight. Nope. Oh, this is a long hallway. Goes down pretty far. It kind of looks like we're going back to where we started there.
Well, let's try and head back to where we started, and if we come across any orbs along the way, we'll know.
Alright, fair enough.
So
yeah,
this might be.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
gonna say, just in case you're thinking of like pushing us in a direction, I think it was made pretty obvious as one orb.
No. I'm not. I have to. I think I did have to say this because you probably won't ever touch it again. You literally came right up to a corner of a wall, and because you didn't turn, you missed an orb.
Oh,
Back that way.
But before you do that, you're gonna do it again. So basically, I don't want to give away too much. Aiden, I will say this though, because you can see in the dark for a really far distance, it does put you at a strange disadvantage here, in that you can't see the lights that the orbs emit. So if you're checking around corners,
right.
you can miss them.
Well, I think I found it.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, you find another one, and as you sort of come up to this orb, very much similar make as the other one, sort of like a big boulder, but instead of like endless firestorms, this one has just thousands upon thousands of engravings in Common and Elven, Dwarvish, all these random languages.
Tobias starts salivating and looks up.
Like,
You
do they make any sense, or is it just...
No, not at all. But Tobias, you do recognize some of the quote-unquote scriptures and basically just fragments of history sort of randomly spurted out onto a page.
Okay. Do I recognize any of this history? Is it correct history, or is it just gibberish?
it uses correct like terminology, nations, and people, but the events aren't in sequence, and they're sort of like different words are ripped out at different places and just placed randomly. But
I'll be back in a bit, like a minute or two. Sorry.
Oh, good.
I've got wireless headphones, so keep talking. I can still hear you.
But you do recognize like mentions of like the current kings and whatnot.
Okay. Suppose I'll take this orb. Does this one give off light as well?
Yes, it should.
Okay.
I'll give you guys control. That might help. Oh, I can't do that. Alright, I'll give it a try. Give it a little wiggle. We'll see if it waggles.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it a wiggle, see if it waggles. Fuck. Fuck off and die.
Now that we know there's other orbs, maybe we should backtrack a bit and check parts we didn't check.
We've known there have been other orbs this whole time.
Oh,
Like, I'm
now
just
we know.
and if we come out until we're happy we've explored it all, we'll just go back. Like, we'll just treat, like, if we get to the end and we get back to the doorway, we'll just treat the doorway as though it's a wall and turn around.
Okay.
This is a dead end, though.
Well, before we get too farther on, though, there's...
I'll move
we should
Thorin
wait
for you guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll move Thorin right up to Tobias when you guys move and whatnot.
Thanks, man. You coming, Toby?
Yeah.
You know, I can just imagine the look on your face while you were making this, West. Just like cackling like a lunatic, just like, this will fucking get him.
It was actually really hard to make like
Yeah, I
the
can
maze
imagine.
thing.
Like making a maze with a section you can swap out with the lighting engine. Fuck.
Because we're technically missing 2 players and this was for 5, you guys will only need to find 3 orbs.
Ah, cool. Well, here's a dead end, so back this way, I guess. Actually, should we just go and mark it with the orb?
Say again.
Could you just mark the dead end with an orb? Because
Right.
we don't create fog of war, just the orbs do. So can you just go and mark that we have been there?
Oh, okay. Just like
Yeah,
that.
no, like you just walk into it, and
Okay.
yeah, and any section the orb reveals will remain on your map.
Yeah, like see how we have all this like grayed out bits of map?
Yeah.
Although we seem to be missing chunks from where we've like teleported. Oh well. Wow, this is a long hallway. This is also a long hallway. Hey, an orb!
Hey.
Orb of chaos. That looks like something's up my alley.
I'm
So,
back.
I love how you're the one who stumbles upon this. I'll move you, Thorin.
Thank you. Whoa! Where am I? There we go. There I am. Hello.
Alright, so as you
Whoa,
come
that
up
was
to
awesome.
this next orb, you see purplish, black, yellow, and red swirls constantly swirling like a whirlpool. And unlike the other orbs, this one seems to have an effect on a lot of you. It sort of like draws you in towards to touch it.
I pressed my face against it.
Do you?
100%.
Alright.
Unlike
That's
these,
what I like to see.
unlike these filthy traitors, I'm still loyal to the 7th.
You smack your face into the orb and sort of like one of those staticky electricity orbs sort of things. All the blackness in it just swirls up towards your face and it sort of hangs on this side of the orb. But other than that, nothing
Up
happens.
to me, Daddy.
Oh, that's cool. It's like what are
Like
those
a
called?
plasma
Those...
ball.
Yeah, plasma ball, but evil.
Up to me, Daddy. Alright, we found our 3 orbs. Let's fucking go.
Get the fuck out of here. Alrighty. Oh no, it's...
As a wise man once said, let's go already! Hey, West.
Yo.
Could I control the orb, please?
Oh, yeah.
How do you rotate your character while with keyboard? Oh, that's right. It's E and then...
Holy shit, you can?
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you this. You just click your character second, hold E, and roll your mouse wheel.
Oh my god.
I love it how I just realized that Tobias and both are now, if you look at us, we've both got we're like crab walking sideways so the vision cone doesn't block what's behind us. Yeah, we're not in the same hole we were before.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Well-
really?
Yep.
Uh,
This is all new.
Nope. no, we are.
No, this is...
It's all the
Oh.
same to me.
Right, I haven't seen it because I was totally here. Do you guys want to go first if you guys know the way past this already?
Yes.
Yeah, you head first, Ed.
I am the Pathfinder!
Oh, stolen an
Oh.
orb.
Thank you. No, excuse you, hello.
Sorry, I'm just... It's a good thing you mentioned that now, because, like, my, Come on this way, by the way. My, like, draggy thing has been out of the map this whole time, now that we're going back up.
Yeah, it's very handy for when you've got, like, balls and stuff.
Oh, okay, we have a lot of twists and turns here. I'm gonna go this way. Sorry, this way.
I see you turn left and then just like this way and then straight back across. Just like, no, that way.
No, I popped out so you could see where I was going, because I wasn't
Oh,
sure if
okay.
you could still see me. If I'd, like, gone behind a corner or something.
Right.
Also, just as a side note, like, I'm all for realism and anything, but is there any way we could have, like, 360 degree sight?
No.
I like having the little blind spot at the back.
Yeah, me too. It's weird.
Just due to all the shenanigans I've pulled in the past where people appear behind you, I would like to have that blind spot.
Right.
Oh, maybe more.
Alright, well, that's not the door anymore.
Awesome.
User has left your channel.
I'm gonna go up here. Tobias, you alive? Where'd you go? There.
There we go. Okay, he was just fucking.
Oh, right. That's right. Hey, we did it.
I fucking hate you sometimes.
that was good. I like that.
As you sort of come back in, and the three little girls that you saved earlier, they all raise their hands and they cheer like, "Yay, balls!" And the little rat sort of goes, "So you have solved the puzzle. Very well. Tell me, what orb do you carry in your hands?"
That voice reminds me of something.
Who's he talking to specifically?
All of you.
Well, I have the Orb of Chaos.
I have the orb of fire.
And the orb of history.
Fantastic. Then lay them down on the chairs that you sat upon when you first entered this room.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Joke's on you. I remember I was here.
Did I sit in the middle?
No, you were next to me on the right, far right,
Was I on the far
Yeah.
right?
and Tobias, you were on the other side of me. Because
Wow,
what's his name and Carlius were on the last two.
Carrie, thank you. And before it's wrong.
Now,
Tobias,
let me
feel anything?
verify this.
Says West as he checks his notes.
Unfortunately, you're incorrect.
I had a feeling. I felt like I sat in the middle. This is when we very first arrived, and not just this test.
Oh. Well, I have no idea then.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. I pushed the orb of history out of the way and I put
Wait,
mine
I think
down
I think I just got. No, you were definitely on the side. I think I just got me and Tobias mixed up.
there. Oh, okay. All right. I'll put that back down there.
Because like I remember when we started, you were like off to the side, and then you just took the free chair. So I was.
Oh yeah, no, I was off to the side. I was
Yeah.
in the middle in a different room.
I must have been in the middle. Because I know those last 2 chairs definitely were occupied by Manish and Chris.
Is that your final answer? The rat says in my voice. Because illusions.
One of many, good sir.
Do you guys happy with that?
Can
No,
we
I
tell
am not happy with it.
You may leave if you wish, or continue and finish.
I'm like 90% sure that I sat in the middle.
I just. Is this like when we first walked into the room or at the start of this session?
No, the
First.
very first time, like from last session.
Oh, okay, well in that case I have absolutely no idea because I was screaming at Manish at the time.
I'm gonna put mine in the middle. I feel like I sat either in the middle or where the Orb of History currently is.
I'm
I
gonna
have no clue.
I'm gonna be really honest. I love the fact that of all the orbs you guys could have chosen, these are the 3 orbs that you guys chose. Like you 3.
They're so fitting.
Yeah.
What were the
Like-
other? What were the other 2? Just for
That's
curiosity's
just
sake.
silly. So we have Orb of Tranquility, Stars, Air, and Shadow.
You know,
Shadow
if,
would have worked.
if you hadn't mentioned it, I almost thought you like put them down specifically just as we were approaching the room so we'd get the appropriate ones.
Nope. Super good RNG for you guys, so, you know, I don't know.
Just
Oh yeah, real world RNG.
Guys...
also known as physics.
Alright, and the rat goes, is that your final answer?
I mean, I just put mine down. I don't know if you guys are happy with where they are currently.
I honestly have no clue where we sat.
Can I tell if mine is correct, Rat?
The rat looks to Longshore. You may leave.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Rat.
Well, you're welcome. I just shoved your one out of the way, put mine in the middle.
That's probably how we walked into the room as well. Like, I sat in the middle, you're just like, get the fuck out of here.
So, Orb of Chaos is correct. And then Aiden,
How
you
about-
disappear, but you can stay there and see what happened.
I'll move it on this side. I bet that you were right about us sitting on the side. It was just the wrong side.
Yeah, well, yeah, let's give that a shot.
Is that your final answer?
Well, we'll see.
Tobias, you may leave.
Fucking damn it. Wait, what seat haven't I tried yet? Have I not tried this one?
No, you've tried that one. Wait, no, you haven't. That's where I was.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You too may leave.
It's your final answer in the sense you've tried every other chance. Fifth and final.
There are no answers left.
It's a very generous game show host, really. Like, imagine getting to the end of Deal or No Deal. It's like, oh, actually, no deal. Because now that I've seen the inside of the chest, like, oh, shit, like, I really don't want to take home $10. I'll just take the 600k. Thanks. Bye.
Alright, so as you all sort of leave, I'm gonna move you all back to the map, and I will focus you guys to where you should be. But if you could do me a favor and not move. Alrighty. Alright, so you should be there. But if you could do me a huge favor and not move, that'd be fantastic. Because I gotta do something.
Could you focus the map, please?
Cool.
Oh, could you do it again? It, like, jumped there for a second and then went back.
Yeah, this map's super fucking weird. I don't know
Is it
why.
really big?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my really big map was a bit fucky. Do you get the thing that I used to get when like in you know that like huge dungeon I had in my campaign?
Mhm.
If I scrolled, sometimes it would just keep scrolling.
Yeah, Roll20 is a bit finicky like that. But anyway, so you're able to see, yeah? And so everyone sees the room we're in?
Huh?
Okay, so Thorin, Tobias, you guys are out for this particular part. But Longshore, as you're sort of underneath the sheets, and everyone does know that they're sort of in the Adventurers Guild. And as Longshore, you try to raise a hand to lift up the sheets, you find that your arms can't move. And the sheets themselves seem rock hard. Like, super rock solid.
Oh dear.
Or maybe not.
Would I know whether or not this is sleep paralysis or something else?
This is something else entirely. But you are able to move your head around and you sort of like scan the room a little bit. And so you sort of look up to the main doorway and you see Arcturus Flick sort of standing there. He's got his hand sort of like raised up as though he's going to gesture to you guys, but he too is sort of frozen and he takes like this greyish look about him. He's also not moving. And you sort of scan your room, then you suddenly sort of hear this, the sound of like water pouring into like a mug very slowly, and then a voice sort of starts to speak.
Oh, it's this again, but time stop.
And he goes, "Wakey, wakey, Longshore." You look to your side and you see Zuriel standing by you holding a mug.
Oh, hi! How's it going?
Says world's best god on him.
Inspiration. I give him my inspiration.
That was really good.
I will happily give you my inspiration for that.
I'm good.
Jack. Well, Jack, if you're not inspired, you can take Torrent's inspiration. But if you're
I already have inspiration.
Alright, then nothing happens. So Zuriel sort of like lifts up his mug and he sort of takes a big long sip as he eyes you, and you're unable to move.
Hello.
Your companions, they squander the gift that I have given them.
Yeah, so I've heard.
It displeases me that you travel with them, but the fault is not entirely theirs.
I hope you recognize nor is it mine, because, I would have tried to stop them had I been there.
He cracks his neck a little bit as he takes another sip and just says, "I assume you have laid eyes upon the shattered image that is Aneo when you were in Archerton?"
Sadly so.
Sadly, he says.
Well, I didn't get to do it myself.
I share the same sadness that you feel.
I'm glad to hear that.
I had wished that he would come to an end swiftly, but Kira yet again stands in my way.
What, is he still clinging to life?
He still breathes, and his influence runs in all the holy water that members of the Holy See distribute. I know that you have taken some and almost lost my gift as a result of it.
Oh god, that's why I'm gonna kill fucker when I see him again. I say in character.
I know initially your plan was to put an end to Gertus, but I think there are more pressing matters in this regard.
So you want us to go for Enio then?
Whilst he is weak and recuperating, that would be a wise choice.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you. But, is he still in Archerton, or has he been moved?
As much as I wish to be omnipotent, I do not know his whereabouts.
Then how did you see him in Archerton?
I was there. Many animals were there. Do you know why I chose you? Do you know why I chose? And he gestures to everyone else who's frozen. Them.
I always just assumed convenience. We were there.
No. Not just convenience. But sort of like repaying a debt. You see, Angus Nasomtaka tried to stop the ritual that would bring me back. He gathered all the souls that were necessary for my return, and took it upon himself to trap them in his own body. That abomination you saw was the gatekeeper to my return. And by putting an end to that, well, let's just say, I find it fitting that I reward my, and he does air quotes, saviors.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure, I guess. I only wish I had have known when I fired the arrow that killed them. Yeah, killed the bastard.
Now, I will give you a little bit of insight as well. I'm sure you're aware that the god known as Korvoth has died and perished.
I've heard it down the grapevine.
You see, some millennia ago, he trapped himself and I, sort of in a sphere of influence, so that I would never leave, and as long as he breathed, I would remain. A small part of my influence left the sphere, and it traveled around the world gathering as many souls as I possibly could, and upon my release, I was finally able to put an end to his life.
So is that how you're able to stop time like this? Did you take his threads?
Oh yes, and I can do so much more. But when the time comes, as you remain a faithful servant of mine, I will reward you more and more, until one day when you are ready to take the throne. I will gladly step down for a worthy servant. I have chosen others, but they have failed in the past. Then he looks to everyone else who's frozen, as have they.
Well, that sounds good to me. My, a question, if I may. If, given that the end of Korvoth has led to you, freezing everything like this, I take it Enio has something that you want as well, that takes precedence over what Gertis has?
Gertis and Odnio are both warlike gods, very powerful for sure. Yet Gertis does not contain the mental capacity to put an end to my influence, whilst Odnio does, as you can see from his holy water.
Forgive me for saying, but Gertis seems like the end of war, whereas Enio is war himself. And last we saw you, you were mustering an army. So I take it you have you're less interested in the death than you are in the ability to deal it. So
there is a fatal flaw with most of the armies that roam this land. The ability to fear death, to feel suffering and pain as they fight on and watch their lovers and their friends die alongside them. To be able to remove that would make them godlike soldiers.
well, you're not wrong.
But all that is for naught if a simple drop of holy water can put an end to my influence and rid my entire army.
There is one thing I should mention to you, though. If you've ever been hunting, you know an animal is never more dangerous than when you're just about to deliver the finishing blow, when it's cornered and injured, and it can't escape. That's when it fights the hardest. If you remove your soldier's fear of death, you lose that.
He sighs. Do what you wish, but heed my warning. Should you come close to Enio, he will rid you of my gift. Then he vanishes in a puff of smoke, and then everyone sort of wakes up on the spot.
So, guys, how about that fantasy journey, huh?
So do I just blink and then I'm just laying in bed staring at the ceiling as
Yep.
opposed to standing up?
Yep.
All right. Just for, like kinesthetic sense, just like because I was standing and now I'm suddenly not, I instinctually try to like right myself and fall out of the bed.
Then
Yeah.
everyone sort of hears Arcturus at the doorway raise his hand and he sort of goes, "My companions, I hate to say this, but I've just received word from some of my colleagues that a recent ruin of the dwarven civilization of Skard and Sodna has been uncovered, and I simply must go to it. So I bid you fair journeys on your ways, and consider me resigned from the SAS." He turns,
Farewell, mysterious wizard.
and then he leaves.
Also, on a completely unrelated subject, I think we don't have the handout for him anymore. But that druid guy with like the ridiculously long, like 10-syllable name, do you want to just change that?
Oh no,
I
he's
think
still
you
there.
just said it. You nailed it.
Yeah, he's still there. He's
Oh
just
no,
embedded
yeah,
in
it was
it.
just buried in folders.
Yeah.
Do you, like, you did nail it, but do you want to just change the name to like,
Just say Saul's like eagle.
Yeah, no, it's
or,
cool.
or like, or even just like.
I won't make any of you guys say it, so don't worry about it.
Angus Nasomta. Jesus Christ! It doesn't even roll off the tongue.
So that was a thing. How's everybody feeling?
Pretty good.
Stupid.
Pretty good.
I feel stupid.
Yeah, like is it weird to say?
Up.
Oh, I've like sat up on the edge of the bed now.
Well,
Is
I
it
go
weird
back.
to say I almost enjoyed the combat trial more than being made a fool of for in the
Thorin
illusion
just-
challenge?
Thorin just grins from ear to ear, and it's like Tobias favored the combat. He starts rubbing his hands together. It's like, we'll make a man out of you yet, Tobias.
I just say really
Tobias looks
sarcastic.
very worried.
I just answer really sarcastically, like, yeah, Tobias, we all love being made fools of. You're such a weird one.
Check my chest.
Yeah, but like usually that's my shtick, and
What, being made a fool of?
no, the opposite. Yeah, like I felt like an idiot during the mental trial, but crazy barbarian guy congratulated me during the combat trial, so yeah,
Well-
feeling a bit topsy-turvy at the moment.
So you're sort of getting what we call the, and I'm sure Thorin will agree, the trading jitters. Not jitters. But insert cool name for like enjoying mock combat here. Like it was all good sport. But
Oh,
the
Don't
fact
get
that
me
you enjoyed
wrong,
that-
I was still absolutely terrified. I just
Oh, and
it says more about how stupid I feel than how much I enjoyed the combat training.
No, no.
Alright.
Every time you fight, you're always terrified. Learn to embrace that. That's what courage is.
Well,
Fear is-
we'll,
fear
we'll
is a
see
good
if
thing,
that
Tobias.
sticks. See if that
Fear is
sticks.
good. Fear is nature's coffee. It keeps you awake and on your toes, aware of your surroundings.
Shaky, jittery, unable to sleep.
Well, that happens later.
I check my chest.
I also check Thorin's chest. Is there anything good inside?
It has basically just your pouch of coins.
Oh, okay. Stick it in my pocket.
So everyone's sort of like wearing their common clothes, and they have their patch of coins, and that's it. All your training equipment's been removed.
Do all three of us are we wearing the same common clothes we've been wearing since we first arrived in Trident?
Same ones.
Are they like filled with fucking sword holes and blood?
Pretty much.
Awesome. We look rugged as fuck.
Also, I just realized something really stupid about my token. So if you zoom in, I'm only wearing one glove. And that would normally make sense for an archer, because they wear
If it was only-
vambrace.
other
If it was on the
fucking
other
hand.
hand.
Yeah.
You're
It's just like,
shooting
why do I
left-handed,
keep
though.
skinning my forearm? I'm wearing a glove.
You're shooting left-handed though, if you're or right-handed, whichever
Oh,
way.
yeah, I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you normally hold the bow with your left hand.
So
Yeah,
you're
it
doing
makes sense if you were holding it right.
you're doing it double wrong.
Okay.
Well, Thorin sort of looks over Tobias's shoulder into that room and goes, "Oh, what happened there?"
Looks like the infirmary.
Maybe that looks.
So yeah, so you look over to this side and you see various priests sort of like trying to heal up wounds, and you hear the groans of people lying down on the stretchers and whatnot. Some of them seem to be soldiers, whilst others seem to be adventurers.
I take the initiative and ask the priest instead of Thorin. What happened here?
Just the priest says, a contract went wrong. That's all.
Don't worry, guys. They're just amateurs.
I hope that person isn't conscious to hear Longshore say that.
Is he conscious?
Nah,
will
everyone
this
who's
man be
laying down
conscious?
is out.
When will they be conscious? I'll come back and say it later.
Tobias.
Which one of you guys knows how to write?
Tobias raises his hand.
Could you write a note for me to leave for these guys,
No.
please?
Hey,
That depends. What are you gonna? What does the note say?
You're amateurs.
Yeah, then no.
Why not?
Tobias silently reaffirms his promise to give everyone basic tact lessons at some point in the future.
Are we just gonna leave
Alright,
Carlius here, guys?
Like, out of character, is Carlius awake and would?
No,
He's just gonna follow us
he's
on
still
autopilot.
conked out and he's sleeping.
Well,
Seems to be at peace.
Tobias, I really need to borrow your pen.
I second this.
Tobias is feeling a bit boxed in.
Look how much bigger our tokens are than yours.
Did that sleep count as a rest?
No, it wasn't actually a full rest. It's more like it felt like you just sort of like shut your eyes for 5 minutes.
Tobias cannot teleport away from this confrontation then.
You could have just nope, bam.
Mentioned door. Look, how about we find out what's going on first, and then later we can write a note for them.
I think you should give me your pen.
Trust me, we're not thinking of writing a note. And I look
I'll
back
be
over my
right back,
shoulder
exactly.
at sleeping Carlius.
I nod affirmatively. As we slowly back to the
Give us the pen, Tobias.
Do I have to? I mean, I only have a couple.
I'll give it back. I won't let Longshore touch it. How about that?
What the
Okay.
fuck do you mean you won't let me touch it?
I take out a pen and hand it to Thorin.
Cool, I hand it to Longshore.
Woohoo!
Thorin.
I run over to Carlius and write in perfect Elven on his forehead, dickhead.
I want to draw a mustache on him.
There you go.
Cool, I do it.
By size.
Alright, back.
Now, I want to, as we draw on his face, is there any way I can, like thaumaturgy, like gently heat up the ink on his face so it soaks into the skin and it's really hard to get off?
Wait, who? Oh, I thought it was you, Wesper, said you'd be right back.
Yeah, I said it just got back as well.
Oh, okay. We just
Also,
followed a pen
I
out of
just-
Tobias's pocket and drew on Carlos's face.
Just, I forgot to mention, I'm going to write it backwards, so like everyone else looking at it is like, fuck is that? But then when Carlius, the elf, looks in the mirror, he'll just see dickhead.
He's a tiefling.
What is this writing on my face? I don't understand it.
Irrelevant.